Hey there, today I'm going to be doing a walkthrough and review of the Boz Digital Labs new plugin that was made in conjunction with David Bendeth. I find this EQ and compressor really musical and has tons of personality, and I find it really great to work with in a mix. So let's check it out. Let's start with the EQ section. You have your input, on and off switch, 4-band peak EQ. Right under that you have your selections of dip, bypass, and peak. Dip would be to cut, middle one's bypass, which would be to bypass that band, and then peak would be to add. And under that, you have 4 selectable bands, and you would select the frequency that you would like to boost or cut. Now to the right, we have the pre, post, and sidechain switches. Now what these are has to do with the order of what happens in this chain, like EQ first or compressor first. So with pre-selected, it's in this order. The EQ first and compressor second. With post, it swaps them around. So it would be compressor first, then EQ. And with sidechain, it's a bit different, because with sidechain in, what it basically does is the EQ is not EQing in a regular sense, where if you boost say 5 dB at 3K, you're not going to hear that change. But what it will do is affect how the compressor hits or doesn't hit. And it can be pretty handy, but I would check it out to really understand that function. And you have a meter. Let's check out the compressor. My favorite thing on the compressor actually is that it has a dry knob, which enables you to mix and blend your dry signal with a process one from this plugin, or just to go, to either totally processed or totally non-processed and your raw audio, however that sounds in your track. Next, you have the input, which, how much you drive this, that'll be how much, harder the compression hits. Right next to this, we have your, expander section, which is pretty standard stuff, release, threshold, range. Under that, there's a limiter, and then for the expander, there's modes. There's expansion mode and gate mode. There's expansion attack, and below that are your standard compressor settings, such as release, threshold, ratio. And over here, you can either view your gain reduction or output. And also there's 2 lights here. One lets you know that your expansion or gate is on, and one it'll light up when it's limiting to let you know, which is pretty handy. So I'm going to play you some audio without this plugin on so you can hear what it sounds like. It's some drums. Let's check it out. Those are some drums, and I have I had a bit long clip so you can actually hear what they sound like, rather than talk over it to give you a quick 5-second thing. You can actually hear what it sounds like. And I'm gonna, I pulled up some settings before, and I'm gonna pull that chain up. So I'm adding some EQ, we're cutting it a little bit, we're compressing a little bit. We have a nice blend. We're using that dry knob to do like a parallel compression, 50-50 split on there. And you can take a look at my settings just to get a head start. But I think it's the kind of thing where I'm just showing off the plugin. I think it's really important to demo it and try it out for yourself. And it also comes with some cool presets, if you like working that way. But I find it very easy to dial in settings on this. All right, so let's check out the process drums with some settings that I pulled up here. All right, so that's the processed one. Obviously it sounds quite nice and punchy in a good rock mix that would really cut through. But that's just for example purposes to show it off. But this thing is really powerful. And I'm gonna play one more clip, and I'm gonna bypass and unbypass so you can hear it in a quicker, way. So that's my quick walkthrough and review. I highly recommend this plugin, which I think is $99 till Monday. Past that, it'll be $200, but check their site. I'll put it in the link. I definitely recommend that you demo it. Definitely one of my favorite new go-tos for mixing, drums, vocals, even like acoustic guitars, and pretty much anything you throw at. But I think it really excels at those things for me and what I like about it. Yeah, thanks for watching.